coming up next week, and I'm curious, did you ever think that your path was going to end up there rather than here?
No, truthfully, I didn't watch a ton of IndyCar growing up outside of the Indy 500, so I didn't really pay attention to it outside of the month of May. So for me, I always was a NASCAR fan, watched it every Sunday and like that. So I was always more kind of geared towards the NASCAR side. For me, all the sprint car guys went NASCAR racing more than IndyCar racing, at least when I was growing up. So for me, it was always more NASCAR stuff.
You might have to take the Indiana flag off your car.
Hey, I'm a diehard Indy 500 fan,
okay.
and IndyCar fan now, but just growing up, I definitely had way more aspirations of trying to go NASCAR racing than IndyCar racing.
Do you watch it and be like, man, I'd still like...
To be honest with you, I don't think I'm brave enough to try it. I tell everybody I just want to start and park. I want to be a part of the opening ceremonies. I want to be a part of walking out, doing the brick walk, taking the green flag, being out there for back home again in Indiana. But yeah, I don't know if I'm brave enough for the race. The aero screen and how the car's getting safer, maybe one day. I would love to run a road course, but I don't know about an oval yet.
Did you ever wonder whether you should ever go IndyCar racing, and do you ever watch this week and be like, man, either what could have been, or do you still think what could be?
I mean, it's just so tough because I did grow up a sprint car racer, and whenever I was sprint car racing, I never envisioned a path either to NASCAR or IndyCar. Like, it just seemed like those doors were so closed. And then with the Toyota Racing Development deal opening up the path to NASCAR, that just definitely funneled me that way, and there was never ever a path to IndyCar. Like, I don't even think I have one contact on the IndyCar side, or even made one contact to the IndyCar side. So it just was never even a thought for a possibility. Obviously growing up as a kid, the Indy 500 is a big deal, and I would watch it and think how cool it would be to race in it, but that just the path was never there.
Do you ever hope to like do you ever watch and be like, I mean, you see Kurt Busch try it, and
I love driving new race cars and getting to try my hands at different style racing, so I would love to do it at some point. I still, to this day, nobody from the IndyCar side has ever contacted me, and I think I know maybe a mechanic or two on the IndyCar side, but nobody's ever given me the time of day, so I don't know if that's ever a possibility for me.
I feel like when I came up through the ranks, it was never really like a viable option. Like, I got lucky and met Joe Custer when I was a kid, and that was like my NASCAR in, and I didn't know anybody in IndyCar, didn't really have like a path there. Like, I spent summers in Indiana racing the midget, but I would have loved to. I would drive anything, right? But I never had an opportunity.
So you never have that thought, like watching this, like, man, what could have been?
Not what could have been. I would love to drive one day. It looks like a lot of fun, especially on the road courses, and cool to see Jimmy having some success on the ovals.
I mean, could you go 240?
I might get scared. Could you go 240?
No, that's why I'm a rider.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's 240 because, is that why you're a NASCAR driver? Because you don't want to go 210 or 215?
Are you saying NASCAR drivers are too scared to go 240?
No, but Jimmy was until they got put in the bar, right?
Man.
I mean, he was. I mean, kind of said. I don't want to say they was scared, but he was hesitant to do it, or his family felt that he should be hesitant.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely the safety factor of driving a big race car versus a very small, very fast race car, right? But I don't think anybody can get into a race car scared and be successful. So obviously I race a lot of different stuff that's not necessarily, it doesn't go 240, but it may be sketchy in its own right. So I wouldn't say I'm scared, but 240 is a big number.